are the best team still. And in doing so, you win in that 3-0 fashion that they did in the finals last time around. I feel like every time you extend a series from 3 to 5 to potentially 7 or 11, all you're doing is giving the better team a bigger opportunity to separate themselves from the competition. I think we already know Cartel has separated themselves for the past 3 years of competition here in EU. I think this series is going to replicate exactly that statistic as well.
Tony, I know you're the resident Cartel. What is it? Not fanboy. The leader of the fan club. Tony, talk to me about Cartel. We got them on.
Yeah, it's the fan club.
I mean, you can call it. It's fine. You call it fanboy. That's fine. I'm fanboy.
Fanboy fan club.
No, I kind of agree to what Wes was saying as well. In the winners finals, that Cartel OBX matchup went all the way to a game 3, and I was thinking, I'm like, man, if this was a best of 5 series, maybe it could have gone the distance, maybe gone to a best of 5, and maybe OBX could have answered back. However, if you remember in that grand finals, Cartel actually swept OEX in the grand finals in a best of 5, 3-0ing them. So it was really weird to see that go to game 3 in the winners finals. Then Cartel, something just clicked with it. Then Cartel, they said, nah, we're gonna end this. We're gonna make this a statement here in the grand finals, and brought out the sweep.
They did that, Tony. You're absolutely correct. But what we haven't seen is any of their gameplay today. Though I expect them to play well, I just want to bring it back to OEX, though, because we have seen OEX. And OEX have been looking damn good today. SLG, in particular, has been popping off. I feel like if SLG is able to play his game well, then things might be different this time around. And Shurzy, I'll send that to you. Who do you think needs to pop off, play their best on OEX if they want any shot at hanging with Cartel today?
I think who needs to pop off? Well, it's probably all 4 of them if they're going to hang with Cartel. I think that's the way it's going to need to shake out. I don't think we can see any of these players individually have slow games or start off in a little bit of a rut. They need to get out of the blocks as quick and as fast as they possibly can, because Cartel will not let you breathe. If you give them an inch, they will take the full mile. So I'd like to see all 4 of these players come out big. I was talking to SLG. They were just hoping that some of the game types and maps might go their way. Well, now they have a best of 5, a whole different ball game for them here. They can have no excuses after this best of 5 to see exactly who reigns supreme in France.
Right. Can they do it when it matters most? This is the tournament where it really counts, right? There's pro points, the points that you get, qualifying points, and then there's just getting first or second place, which will just lock you in right away. So OEX, if they can end things on top, this is the most important opportunity to do it, and we'll see if they can. Now, these teams are both getting prepared, ready to match up. They, of course, weren't expecting to play each other quite so early. So that's still getting ready in the background. While that happens, let's take a peek at the series layout once again. Let's start talking about the maps and the game types we can expect to see in this series. And Wes, I'll start with you. Strongholds on Recharge. We've seen that a little bit today. Saw a very close Strongholds Recharge game today, and OEX actually lost it to Navi. So maybe a bit of a rough way to start against Cartel if it's one of their weaknesses. What do you think? What do you hope to see in a matchup like that?
Yeah, I hope to see a close game. What I think we'll see is a Cartel party, right? And not to quote Why Not's mom too much, but that Cartel party, I mean, I think it's going to be here to stay. I mean, they're going to be good, right? It's just a matter of how good. This Cartel team, I don't think we've even seen their best yet in Infinite, at least when I've been watching. I'm kind of underwhelmed by what I see. Even though they're winning, I expect them to win. It's a matter of what kind of margin are they able to win by, because everyone, when you talk about this Cartel roster, we all have high hopes for them. We all hope that when they come over to North America here for Raleigh, that they're going to be able to really give some of our top teams some hassle, right? And in order to do so, they're going to have to make slight work of teams like OEX.
Right.
No offense to the players on OEX, though. They played a highly contested series one time around last weekend against this Cartel team. The other one, like Why Not said, was very ugly. But it's like, which Cartel will we see, and how quickly can Cartel continue to get better? Because they're still not at that level that they were at the end of Halo 5, where they were playing fast, aggressive, individual skill was dominant,
right? And
they looked like the real deal.
So my worry here is it's Strongholds on Recharge, not the most easy way to start for OEX. And then you've got Slayer on Aquarius, which I think Cartel, that's one of their best maps. They're incredible on the map. Snipe Drone had mentioned he can't even keep up with his teammates on that map because they're so fast, they're so aggressive. He finds that he needs to speed things up sometimes just to keep that rotation, that momentum. Tony, why are they so good at Slayer, especially Aquarius? Is it something to do with the thrust, with the H5 mechanics? What do you think?
No, I mean this team is born and bred through twos, and when you play twos, you have to play good coordinated Halo and also aggressive Halo. You're always trying to punish your opponent. That's where these guys shine. You know, Shady, Legend, and Sika, they all come from that twos community. They all are hyper aggressive, getting your face of your opponents, win your pivs, work the little 1-2 combos with the bait and switch. And then I just love how Snipe Drone just kind of balances out the rest of the team. He's slowing down, he's IGLing, and make sure that everybody's in the right place at the right time. And when he needs to pop off, we've seen him go and drop 33 kills, you know, in an oddball match. We've seen him drop 21 kills in a Slayer. So he has that pop-off mentality as well. There's a clear pecking order when it comes to EU Halo. And, you know, although I would say that OEX or S tier or tier 1, Cartel's in a league of their own. They're in tier 0. Then you're followed by OEX. Then I would say HMDA and Navi, who are trying to get to that S tier as well.
Man, Cartel, like you said, I mean, they just seem to be too dominant in every single scenario. And on top of the way that the maps and the game types seem to just pit them, I guess, you know, or put OEX in a rough position, because it ends with a bizarre CTF as well. You've got recharge strongholds, Slayer Aquarius, bizarre CTF. Shurzy, is there any advantage off this layout? And let's just end it with a prediction before we jump into the series. It's almost there. Still getting ready with the lobby once again.
Well, my concern is with recharge strongholds game 1. I think, is it a situation where Navi made a step forward and closed the gap, or is it a case of OEX took a step backwards? I think that's going to be the big question, and we'll find out immediately in game 1. Game 3 will be bizarre CTF. Cartel have won that very dominantly, 4-0 in the past. So I think this series could very easily go 3-0 to Cartel, or if it's not going to be 3-0, it could very easily go the distance. It just depends on what OEX we get here.
Could be a 3-0. Are you going with 3-0 as your prediction? Cartel 3-0?
Do you know what I'm going to do? Last couple of weeks, I predicted OEX will win Cartel, okay? And I think I might be the issue. I might be the reason they're getting held back. So I'm simply going to predict Cartel win here today to try and give the boys OEX more of a chance.
Right. So you might have just completely changed the script right there. That one
I am in control. I pull the strings. It's me.
Perfect. Okay. I was waiting for you to finally do it. And now I don't even know what to think. Now I don't know where to predict. But despite that, I'm still going to go Cartel. I'm still going to say Cartel 3-0. Wes, what are you thinking?
Yeah, I think the series layout shows the Cartel is going to have a really good opportunity to 3-0 them. So expectations is the series, it gets ugly. Cartel show dominance. And anything other than that, I think that shows you a little bit something special of OEX, because if this series is anything other than a blowout, I'd be very surprised. But OEX, I mean, they've played solid Halo. They can surprise me.
I hope they do. Tony, your prediction, what are you thinking?
You know, I have too much respect for OEX to call it a sweep, so I'm going to call it a gentleman's sweep, going in favor of Cartel. We're going to call it a 3-1 in favor of Cartel. I'm going to say OEX pick up at least one game. It's not going to be a Slayer, and so maybe it's the Strongholds game 1, but yeah, I'll give it a gentleman's sweep, 3-1 Cartel.
Okay, this is overwhelming. The odds are overwhelming for Cartel. OEX, they got a lot of pressure, a lot of expectation on them. But what? I think it's 3-0 across the board. And then Tony gave them a graceful 3-1. The gentleman's 3-1, is that what you